welcome back to the channel, to this video number 6 of our playlist on dealing with an HTML and transforming it into a Prestashop 1.7 theme. So basically our work is based on an image in a website that I don't own, on a template that is hosting on ThemeForest, and we are trying to transform it, to get inspired from it, and actually transform it into Prestashop 1.7 themes. So before that we jump into this, you'll be seeing a timestamp of the different steps, different like let's say tasks that will be done through this video. Also, if you missed any of other episode of this playlist, please go ahead and click to the top right here, that you will see a pop-up saying watch the full playlist, then that you don't miss anything. And before that, I'll leave you to the video. Please, if you're not subscribed to this channel, do subscribe and leave a good comment, because that's really important for me. Alright, enough talking, let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And before that we really dive into this new episode, I just want to tell you that I already recorded like 6 episodes of this crash course, so we can say that we have like a couple of hours of content now available, and you could check it on this playlist that I will be leaving the link to it in the description of this video. Now let me just do a quick recap of what we did previously. So the very first episode was about replacing and updating some layouts of these modules that you do see here. We updated the behavior of this component, which is the search input, and we rearranged them like that you see it right here. And the last episode was about adding this drop down models, or let's call it element, for our cart. And in today's episode our work will be about this element that is not really beautiful, and we need to update it to fit our need and to be somehow beautiful for the end user. So let's see how we will be updating this drop down. Let's call it drop down for now. Let me just show you the original template that I'm using as a design. So the point really is not to replicate it like 100%, but to like explore how to deal with elements, etc. This is what I said at the beginning of this crash course. Now this is our cart. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find like the same icon, but yeah, so it's something similar to that. And now if I do click on this element, the behavior is totally different comparing to what we have here. So when I do hover here, I have this drop down let's admit that it's really ugly comparing to the slide in, slide out elements. And this is what we are going to implement in this episode. So I'll try to make it a short video as possible, because yeah, I know like watching a 13-minute video is kind of boring. So let's get into that. Alright, so as always I start by inspecting the element that we will be working on, and I will do my work directly on the browser. Then we copy that in the console, and just make sure that your terminal is running, compiling all the updates. Alright, okay, so this element is, if you remember, it's cart hover component or content. Okay, so for now it does simply have some like basic properties, absolute, for the position, the background, etc. No, I would like to really take away this inspector from my screen, that I could see the whole element and in live action, if you can say that. And let me just try to do this. Okay, well, let's do that way. All right, so here, where am I? I'm a bit lost. Let me reduce a bit the size. Well, all right, cool. Now I would like to take away this display now that it does show up for all the time. Let's say ignore that property. Okay, now I would like to do the following. So instead of absolute as a position, I will do fixed, right? So that will change the logic of our work. So top 0, well, they didn't work, top. Okay, so that will stitch it to the top of the screen here, and I would like to add a more accented color like this one for now. and get rid of the border radius, and the right, make sure that it's also 0. That will stitch it to the right side. Text align for now, let's set it to left. Okay, good. And let's carry on. Okay, so what else? We need to make it height 100%. 100%. Okay, cool. Then let's give it a quick look to our template. Okay, so it's really huge here. If you say we need to give it more width, so let's increase this to, let's say, a 550 pixel. That's really huge, so about 450. Cool. Okay, now we could set up this back to a white, and we need to add some a bit of box shadow to accent this element. So 1 pixel, 1 pixel, and let's go for red now. I'm a bit awkward with these colors, but yeah, you know. So let's added a bit of colors this way, and -5 pixel here. So all what I'm doing here is not based on any template, so it's all based on the eye, right? So you can pick your colors, you can define your own colors, you are not restricted to follow what I'm doing here. Okay, so about reducing this really to something less opaque. Okay, here I would like to reduce the size probably to -2 pixel. All right, let's turn this to 0. Okay, that's not ugly. Let's keep it that way. Cool. Okay, now I'd like to clean a bit things and copy these properties to my files. So if you still remember, we are doing our work inside the card.scss here, and this is the rules I will be updating. So paste that one there. We don't need really to reload the page because the browser so normally did compile well and all is green here. All right, now we need to add that close button, which is this one. All right, and we'll be doing some JavaScript here. So let's go back to our template. Let me get rid of all the other ones. This one, welcome, tag, and this one too. And our element is basically this one. So I can say that I could find that icon, the close icon. But anyway, so I do span here. Oops. Span, okay, and let's put an X, simple as that. It's not a big deal. So an X, and we'll be adding I'll click on that to handle the hide and show. All right, no problem. We could later update it to an icon, to a real icon. So you could simply do material icon, something like that. And why stupidly using Bing here? All right, and let's look for close. No, this one, no, this one, no, this one. Okay, yeah, there you go. We could pick this one just to speed up things, the process. All right, paste it right there, and let's hope that will be okay. All right, come on. Okay, this is beautiful. Let's accept that. And we could close this one and give it another look. So we have, it's a slightly, let's say, different font weight, but no problem. And now let's go ahead and implement the logic behind that button. So here I would like to add an ID here, and let's call this close model or cart model, if you can call it that way. For sure, you are free to call it whatever you want here. And I would like to go back to the folder where we have all the assets. So if you still remember, it's under classic_dev CSS. And here I'm going to do things inside the JavaScript, and specifically the cart.js. And here we have to really pay attention, because in the previous episode, I said that you need to define differently your properties, your functions. So you must define them inside the global scope, because if I do here, for example, var let's say handle close, it will be handler here, handle close something that will be equal basically to an arrow function and do something here, yada yada yada, and this handle won't be available on the global scope. You cannot do on click do this, right? So what we have to do here is whether attach it to the window global object like this, or add an on click here. Actually on click somewhere, where did I say that? Oh, what I'm saying here, sorry. We have to use the global scope here using window, and that way the function will be available. And the second option is to avoid getting through this dev assets, etc., and do your work directly in the production files. But for now, let's stick with this solution. So this function will be available on global scope under the window, and here I will be adding an on click, right? So here on click, we'll be calling that. And for now, let's do really simple things like console log hello world, or alerting I am running, collapsing, whatever, blah blah blah. All right, let's test this out. So quick click to our terminal, so all is green. And now if I do refresh and try to click on this little icon, I suppose that I will have alert, click, there we go, blah blah blah. So that's working well. Now we need to introduce the logic. All right, so the logic is pretty simple. When I do click on that element, I will simply add or toggle a class that will be assigned to the drop down, if you can call it that way. That will be simply hiding that element. So if I am not wrong, there is a class called Denon here in the Prestashop world, since we are using Bootstrap. So there is a Denon. So let's see if that class is available for us. So Denon, pretty cool. Now we can carry on. So get back to, so by default it will be hidden, but for now I would like to really leave it available that we could test our functions. And here we do let. Could use let here, no problem. Oh, it will be const actually. So const model or cart, a model or wrapper or details, or call it whatever we want, equals to, let's go with the document get element by ID here. And the ID, if you still remember, we did define it to be close cart model, but sorry, not that, but instead we'll be targeting the cart hover content. So here I would like to add really an ID, because for this kind of context I would like to use IDs. So here let's call that model cart details, and as you may know, for let's say for IDs we use this camel case type or annotation or nomination, or whatever you want to call that. So here we have a reference to our element, and what I am going to do is simply cart model dot class list dot add, and we'll be adding, you guess it, the what, simply the v or the denon, sorry. Okay, so here set denon, and we could do an alert like model hidden or is hidden now. All right, no, without q. Cool. Okay, control F5 and let's see what will happen. Okay, that is working. Cool. Okay, but if you see what is going on here, when I do click, it does not really hide, but it does like move to the right side. All right, so we need to introduce that. So denon won't be a good solution for me, so we could create a new class here, and let's call this model hidden. All right, and we need to create a property for that. So let me introduce to you what I'm going to do. So by default, instead of denon, this element will contain this class. All right, so for now it does not do anything. So d or hidden model will basically be right minus, let's say 1000% or something like that. But this is not working because we already have this property defined here. So let's overload that, and that is working well. Now I would like to add also a transition effect, so all 300 microsecond or millisecond. Now look what happened if I toggle this. Yeah, you get the point here. All right, so let's go ahead and apply that rule into our element. So here we are expecting to have a new oops, what is the class? I quickly forget it, sorry. So it will be called model hidden. All right, okay, no problem. Come on, copy that, model hidden. And this model hidden will be, as we said, right, minus 100%. And we need to add a quick transition here, like a transition, not transform. It will be 300, or let's give it 400 microsecond for all the transitions. Okay, cool. Now let's again control F5. How long is this video? We're looking, okay, 13 minutes. Good. Now let's click on that one. Just wait that it does finish loading. Oops, we crashed something here. So by looking in the browser on the compiler, we screwed up something. That is, what is the problem? Okay, so I kind of forget to close something here, but I'm not sure where is the problem exactly. So this is right, and that model, well, that's weird. So here he said that it's inside on line 347. 347? What's the matter, dude? This is transitions. Well, that's weird. I don't know why it does crash anyway. Let's reboot it. Okay, it's building. Let's hope that it won't crash. I really like this kind of videos. I don't know, what do you think when things really crash and the instructor don't cut these things off in the post editing? I really like to share like the real life, how we code really, and what kind of problem we do face, how to deal with them. I think that's really a big part of the learning process. Okay, so all is okay now. Now if I click, okay, we have that, and yep, that was really quick, right? That's so quick that we cannot see the action. So let's get rid of this alert for now, and let's redo it again. Come on, come on. Okay, now if I click, there we go. I like that. So quickly, good. Now we need to add this class by default. So when I do model, when I do actually access this page, that model should be hidden. So editing that here will guarantee that will be pushed to the right minus 100%. Okay, now we need to add this rule. So when I do click on this element, which is the cart, it must show me that panel or that model. Okay, so we need to do a quick refactor here. So this is the header, and it's containing the material shopping basket wherever, and here we have to call the same function here, and I got the idea of refactor. So instead of doing that sign or add, so it would be toggle here. So toggle the class. Okay, so let's test this out. So click, there we go, click, there we go. So it's nice. Okay, now let me just give another look. So here you do see that we have this kind of blurry or background or dark background applied to the rest of the elements. So to do that, I have a good idea, so hopefully you will like it too. This is our element. So I won't create another element, but I'll be using a pseudo here, which is let's use the before, and will be content for now that contain nothing. Okay, so stick with me and you will understand. So this is our element that contains pretty much nothing for now. Okay, so I'll do height 100 VH for view height, and width 100 view width, and let's apply a background red as always, and display a block. Okay, that's still not working because we need to display top, left 0, and the position also be fixed. Okay, but it seems like this element does not show up Where is it? Why it's not shown? So let's apply Z index. No, it's not showing. It's embarrassing, buddy. Okay. Come on. Okay, so they say that. Okay, let's apply this to when I do hover. Yep, there we go. That was a stupid mistake by me. So changing this to 9 and get rid of this ugly red color, and we're good. We're good, buddy, we're good. Okay, so we need to really update these elements. So I would like to apply this when this element is shown. So basically we need to have the other class displayed. So I'm a bit lost here, to be honest. Close the modal. Okay, let me refresh the page, no problem. Okay, so click on the card. So here modal is hidden. Go. There we go. So when this element does not have the modal is hidden, modal hidden. Let's apply background red. Okay. Awkward, whatever. So here we are targeting the before pseudo. That will be containing a content that is basically does not really matter whatever you put here. Okay, then position will be fixed, left 0 and top 0, height as we said 100 VH, and width is 100 VW, and we quickly tweak the Z index to be let's say to be 9. All right, and let's decrease this, but why the hell it is taking over 1? Whoa. Well, that was not expected. So do we have Z index here? Yes, we do. Yep, okay. So this is actually a child of this element, so it's normal that it will be that will be on top of the parent. So we need to do this. We need actually to apply this to another element that is not a parent of this cart hover content. So the solution here could be to wrap the content of this inside, to this parent inside another element, and apply to it a Z index, a superior Z index of comparing to this before. All right, so what about doing an after that could also solve the problem? No, it's not. So let me save this for a second here and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, copy that chief back here and hidden cart over content here, and let's apply this row and not, oops, I think we have to do this content hidden model. How to do this? Okay, well, I think I did crash here, yeah. So here div and div and div that did not have that. Okay, I think that should be accepted by the compiler. Okay, green. No, let's go back here and I will do this. So this is our buttons, and I'll be wrapping all this inside what? Inside a div. Okay, this is not a really good idea, so I have a better idea here. As I told you people, this is not a tutorial, this is more like a screencasting. So the idea here is to apply a class to this child, to this parent, sorry, to this desktop card. So what I'm going to do now is going back to my JavaScript file, and here I will duplicate this and I get a reference to the desktop card, and here I will call this desktop card, and on click on this one I will be also toggling this this modal hidden. So modal hidden true false in the both classes. So this one will become like this. Okay, you could here actually update and define another class, but it's not a big deal. Now let's refresh this and see what will happen. Come on, my machine is a bit slow when it comes to compiling and stuff, so this is Windows and we cannot ask a lot of things from it. Okay, now let's inspect this element. I'm targeting this element, so here we have this class. Model is hidden, which is not good here. So what we have to do here is basically rename this class that we could not get lost. So model is visible. So when I do click on this cart icon, I will toggle that class. So let me just refresh again and explain this step by step. Okay, I need to speed up a bit because 23 minutes is a lot of time. So here we don't have any class. When I click, look what happened, we have a new class. So the rule become like this. When I do click on that, I will be creating a before here, and I'll be basically applying the rules that we did define right here. So copy that and paste that. There you go. But instead of this, I don't know what is called color, we'll be applying this kind of lessly dark color, and we're good to go. Now it's time to update this. So model visible, that will be applied to our desktop cart. So let me quickly find a good place where to apply this rule. So to be right here and dot. I'm not good with memorizing these custom classes name. Model is visible. Come on, help me. Visible. And okay, and before. Okay, let's go with this property, paste that and format. Come on. Okay, and so that should be okay. Okay, good, great. Now let's test this a final time and see if that will give us the result that we are aiming to get. So again, refreshing, Control F5 as always. Never forget that. Click. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. But here I would like to do something more, which is adding a timeout. So we did added like half a second, which is really a lot to toggle an effect, and we need to apply the same things to the before pseudo. Now that should be in sync. No, Control F5. Come on. Now click. Okay, that's still, that's good. That's not bad actually comparing to this. There we go. So it's pretty much the same effect. If you look carefully, we have the background, then this thing slide in. Okay, good. Just one thing I would like to update this. When I click, it must show me that pointer instead of this select tool. So to do that, we need to go back to understand this template, and this is cart label. It's cart label inside the class header. So searching for the header, which is this one, and we simply do span. So here we have to do span, and we could do a little bit of working here. So instead of having span multiple time, we could do this. All right, so here we could duplicate this one, get rid of this and add, and here also we could add another class, which is this one, cart label, and do pointer. Oh, sorry, it's cursor pointer. Yeah. Okay. Refreshing. And let's stop this video before 13 minutes. There we go. Come on, buddy. Oh, that did not take effect. What? Come on. I don't believe you. It must be cache. So what do you say here? Cart label. Span cart label. Yeah, it should be okay. Damn. So we have what? This is the header, span, cart label, cursor pointer. Yeah, it's okay, it's working. But why it's not reflecting? Well, I won't waste time on this nonsense things. What's up, people? So what do you think? I think we can stop this video at this point. So we need to do some work here, like adding a better font family, better colors, better font size, etc. But I think we really spent enough time on this section. So in the next episode, we'll be moving to this huge slider, how to transform this minimalistic and small slider to something big like this that fit the whole width of the page. Thank you for watching. As always, if you're not subscribed, do subscribe. If you like this video, please, for the sake of God, give it a comment, a good one, and a thumb up is a really welcome. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode. Peace.